Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Diego Abregu with the Abregu Real Estate Group and Keller Realty. And today I want to talk to you guys about the biggest problem and fear that sellers are facing in today's real estate market. Now, if you've been following my channel or keeping up with the real estate market in general, you are well aware of the fact that it's a strong seller's market right now, right? So you're probably thinking, how are sellers facing any challenges with rightful thinking? Because it's true, sellers are facing very little to no challenges right now and actually getting offers on their homes. Now, closing and actually selling their home, that's a different conversation and a different video, but it is true that sellers are getting multiple offers for their home, very high priced offers with very rapid appreciation and very tailor-made offers that truly fit sellers' wants and needs. So what possible challenge could they be facing? Well, for sellers who don't own other properties and need somewhere else to live once they sell their home, they have the fear that they have nowhere to go and they won't find a place to live, which is a reasonable fear when you think about it in a rational perspective. You're thinking, okay, it's great that my house is appreciated and I can sell it for a lot more money than what I bought it for, but I'm scared that I'm not going to find a place because the market is extremely competitive right now and prices have appreciated, and I'm going to be paying way more than what I paid for my current house when I bought a house. Depending when that was, you could definitely be seeing a situation where you bought a single family home for a certain amount of price, and now this next home that you want to buy at that same price point, you could get a townhome. Prices have appreciated that much. So you're thinking it may not even be worth it. Maybe I should just stick where I'm at and refinance, and you don't move, even though you really want to move, whether you want more space, you want to upsize, downsize, or you just want to relocate because you're not happy in the current neighborhood you're in, right? So there's multiple reasons as to why you want to move. You should not let this fear stop you, and I'll tell you for two different reasons, or two different ways to kind of combat this fear. Now, the very first way that you can combat this, and it's a very easy way to make a much more educated decision, is to know your numbers. You want to know exactly how much it's going to cost you to sell your house and how much you're going to net after the sale of your home. I'm talking all expenses included, from seller repairs, closing cost fees, realtor fees, and just the cost of moving in general. You want to have a real idea of not only how much money are you going to net, but how much money do you need for the down payment, and how much is it going to cost you to buy your next home, right? Buy your dream home. You want to know, and how much is that home that you're going to buy, how much is that home going to cost you monthly, right? How much is that new lifestyle going to cost you, and can you afford it? With the low interest rates today and with the profits from your current sale, I believe it can be a lot less expensive than you think. So if you don't have exact numbers of how much it's going to cost you and how much money you're going to make from the sale of your home and how much you're going to have left over after you sell your home, and you're living in a better location, in a better home, and if you don't know those numbers, then you're not educated enough to make a rational decision as to whether or not moving right now, selling and buying, makes sense to you. Okay? So you want to figure that out, because you could easily be in a situation where you're going to net a lot more than you think you will net. And also, you might have more money in your savings account, in your investment account, in your trading account, whatever you want to use your real estate profits for. You can do that, and you could easily have enough for a down payment, and again, increase that saving account, or wherever you decide to put that chunk of liquid money, right? So the second thing you want to do, and you want to make sure, is that you're working with an agent, a realtor, who's going to be able to communicate at a very high level. And why do I say that is important? Is because when you are a buyer with a home sale contingency, what that means is that I can't buy your house unless I sell my house and use that money to buy your house, right? You are at a disadvantage compared to the traditional buyer. Who's a traditional buyer? A traditional buyer is someone who is buying your house straight up, whether they're a first-time home buyer and they don't have a house to sell, or they're just an investor, or just someone who's qualified to buy your house without having to sell their current home. All right? That person, that traditional buyer, is going to have an advantage over the home sale contingency buyer, because there's just less pieces that have to align in order for that person to get to closing. All right? you want to have an agent who's able to communicate to the agent and to the sellers, to the opposing agent, that my client is well qualified in the best offer. And the fact that my client is actually selling their home is an advantage over the traditional buyer, because we're getting X amount. You don't have to share, all the information, but you're able to share certain information, enough information, ask the right questions, and put yourself in the best light possible, so the agent knows that even though you're selling your house, you're not a riskier choice or offer to choose than the traditional buyer. All right, so just to kind of recap that, hey guys, sorry about that, the video cut off. But if you are a seller who has been on the fence and you're not sure if you want to move forward with your real estate plans and goals of selling and buying a place because you're fearful that you won't find a house or that it's going to cost too much money because prices are up, you need to know your numbers. You need to find out exactly how much is it going to cost you and how much profit are you going to gain, so you can potentially have some money left over. And then also you want to make sure you're working with an expert who's going to make sure that, given the real estate market, competitive or not, your real estate goals are going to get accomplished and you will be in your new home. All right, so that's it for today, guys. Please give me a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It does help me out a lot. And tell your friends, if you know anyone who's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, tell them to reach out to me. I'll be happy to talk to them and see how I can help them. All right, until next time, guys.